right, let's get to it. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Ace, you guys ready to go? All right, let's go. 2012 F150. Let's see what's going on with this thing. As you look down on those pulleys, and you look for any wobbly pulleys. I can't really show you right now, but let me take some of this stuff off, and then we'll try it again. All right, I see this is going to turn out to be a video on the removal on this. There's a lot of stuff on here. You just can't get to the water pump like that easily on here. So I'm going to have to take apart some stuff to get to it. Get these hoses out of the way. I got that pipe out of the way. That's just 3 clamps, right? Pull it off. You might want to get a little screwdriver and kind of get underneath it and pull it out on this one. It's really tight. This one was, at least. Let's take off this one next, I guess. Let's take off this. This is my first one, so you know what? It's just parts, so it's okay. Let's go ahead and take that off. It's gonna be that intake tube going into the throttle body. All right, let's go ahead and loosen this clamp up and pull that off. All right. I'm gonna have to loosen up that clamp on the bottom of it too. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see very well. I guess you can see okay. There's a little clip right here. All right, just got to take it out of the groove and then just pull the pipe up and it should come out like it is, okay? All right, so, and then you go ahead and put the, once you remove it, you go ahead and put the clip back in there. So when you reinstall it, it'll just click. It'll just click into position, okay? So the clip is back in there now. So when I push it on there, it'll go click and be in there, on there. It'll be on there after you hear the click. All right, so it's off now. Let's go see if we can get it out of our way. Here's a view from underneath the vehicle. So that thermostat housing is going to have to come off. The water pump is right there, but that's part of the water pump up there. It's connected to the housing. Here's your underside view. So we're going to have to remove that stuff up top. Okay, let's do it. All right, guys, let's see if we can remove this pipe right here. There's an 8mm right there. I just took it out. 8mm bolt right there. It's a little bracket that ties into the motor to keep this thing from moving around. Okay, so if we look down there on the bottom end of that same pipe, we have to take off a clamp down there. We can pull it off, and then we'll work on this side, which you're going to have to remove another clamp probably on that side. So let's get the bottom side first by the radiator underneath. All right, guys, we're underneath the vehicle right now. Passenger side, passenger wheel. And up here, this bottom pipe right here, there's 2 of them. We're going to take that off. So that's going to be 8mm. Let's go ahead and remove that clamp. All right, I got it separated from the pipe. You see that? All right, let's get back up top. Yeah. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, the throttle body right here. There's a pipe and it has that connector on it. So I'm going to have to push that tab out that way. Maybe get a little screwdriver, a little scribe in there and try to poke it out a little bit. You can try that too. Get you a little screwdriver or something and push this side in and just kind of push it out of there. You can try that too. Let me get a little screwdriver. A little flathead pocket head screwdriver when you need it. That's the question I'm asking right now. I'm gonna have to put the camera down. Sorry, guys. All right, once you successfully push those tabs in, it's popped out for me. All right, good. All right, that's out of the way. A little bit out of the way. Now let's find out where this pipe goes. You know, the same pipe we've been working on. And let's go back in the back and see where it connects. I'm probably gonna have to go in through the wheel well to get to it. All right, there, I'm gonna have to crawl up in the engine and do this one. The other end of this, you see the oil fill housing right there. So down there, you'll see that pipe is right here. That pipe is right there, and it connects about 5 inches down. So I'm gonna have to reach my hand over here with a little screwdriver or an 8mm up there where the steering shaft is, right here. Put my hands in there and loosen the bolt up, which is right here. Let's see if I can show you. You guys just follow me down. Here's my steering shaft. And if you look down, right here is the nut. All right, so I'm going to get a little screwdriver down here and loosen that up a little bit. Okay, so I can't get the camera in there for sure. All right, guys, that looked worse than it was. That was the whole 30 seconds, and it pops right off. But before you pop that off, we got to pop off this this connector for the coolant tank. You see that little clip? Pop that clip out, pull that out of there. All right, guys, sorry I can't get the camera any better than that. The clip is right here. Sorry about it. I know it's on the bottom of the screen, but I'm just gonna get a little pick and kind of make sure it doesn't fly off. So hold your hand there. See if you can get up underneath it. Hold it with your thumb and kind of pull it out of there like that. All right, and that's what it looks like. Set that up there out of the way. All right, and now you should be able to just pop this off of there like that. Okay. Now you can pull this tube up a little bit. Might have to take off this hose as well so I can get some height on it. Actually, it's almost good enough, but I'm gonna take this off as well. All right, once you get it out of there, you can try to slip it through, get it out of the way. Maybe I can slip it through there a little bit, slip it right through here. I'm going to have to use both hands to do that. This is completely off right now. Almost off. Actually, I probably am good right there. I can just leave it like that. I don't know. Let's see what I can do. I'm trying to get as less, obstruction as I can make. Okay. I just basically just pushed it out of the way. It's right there. It's right there. This is the position I can get it in. All right, so let's go ahead and focus on getting this coolant line off of the housing right there. That's clamp right there. We already got this hose disconnected right here, so we're good there. And we can get this hose out of the way. All right, a little added note, when you take that clamp off down there, get some channel locks, okay? Pliers will probably work, but it's just gonna make things a little bit harder than you want them to be. So get some channel locks, just a suggestion. I fought that thing for at least 3 minutes with the pliers, and I put them channel locks. I said, I need some more leverage, and got them channel locks on, and I pulled that thing off like in seconds. So channel locks on that. Another note is when you try to pull that hose off of there, again, use the channel locks, grip onto the hose, and twist, and twist, twist on the very closest you can to the aluminum, go down a little bit further and twist until it's twisting, and then you should be able to pull it off. And I like grabbing it to the very end. At the very end, and kind of pull it off that way. Then finish it off. I want you to pay attention if it's cold weather, if you're outside, you want to be careful out here in very cold weather because these things could break. So be careful of this plastic. Everything's plastic these days. But, you know, be gentle, especially when it's cold, because the colder it is, the more brittle those hoses are. Not just this car, every car in all kinds of areas. So something to pay attention to. Hoses, plastic, not good. All right, let's get this hose out of the way now. All right, just kind of pull it to the side, get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. This is more work than I thought it was going to be, actually, but it's not too terribly bad. We can handle it. So let's move on. Let's start taking out thermostat housings, I believe. Let's check. All right, guys, next step is to take off the thermostat housing. That's what I'm gonna do. That one's tight. Or I'm out of air. Or I was going the wrong direction. Okay. All right, just simply pull it off. Stuff it down there somewhere. Okay, you can see the thermostat right there. I'll see if I can pull it out. I got some pliers in my hand. I can use those. There's a little O-ring that comes out of that too. All right, pull the old thermostat out of there. That's going to be replaced, by the way. You're in here, you might as well get it done. $10, $15 thermostat, throw a brand new one in there. Okay. So now we're getting a little room. Let's go ahead and take off. Let's go ahead and take off the serpentine belt at this time. Actually, let's not do the serpentine belt. Let's take out these 10mm bolts that are on the water pump. Yeah, if we do it that way, we don't have to worry about that pulley spinning on us. So let's take out the bolts first. Those 4 bolts. All right, I'm out of air. I didn't plug up my air compressor. All right, now if you're lucky, now that you got the 4 bolts out of there, you might be able to just pull on that pulley a little bit, and it might just pop off. Yeah, I see it wants to pop off. I'm gonna help it pop off with a little pry bar. Hopefully it just pops kind of easily. Yeah, that was good. And now you can get the pulley off of there and don't have to mess with that tensioner. See, you just saved yourself some time. All right, I got the water pump pulley off of there. All right, guys, at this time, let's go ahead and look at the pump. See how many bolts we got to take off, all that kind of good stuff. There's 1, 2, 3. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts coming out of there. Okay. That's on the bottom side. That's on the top side. So I need to concentrate on getting these 2 bolts out of there. The water pump goes on like that. So I have 2 bolts I gotta contend with right now. All right, that means that that thermostat housing has to come off if that's the case. Let's take a better look. All right, I'm gonna take off this bolt right there, just underneath this right here. There's a bolt, and there's a bolt underneath as well. There's a bolt underneath as well. I'm pretty sure there is, somewhere over there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right in there somewhere. So I'm gonna take those 2 bolts off and see if I get some movement. All right, I got 3 bolts out. 1 over here, 1 over here, and 1 underneath. All right, and the bolts look like this. They got a little washer on them, a big fat washer on them. I got 3 of them. And it looks like I got a little movement. Yeah, it's kind of rotating. Okay, so there must be an O-ring back here. The bypass tube is back there. I should be able to pop that right out. All right, prying it off is not gonna do. There's another bolt in there. Let me find it. All right, guys, there is another bolt. There is another bolt. And it's back in the back. You see that other hose back there? That other hose? We're just on top of that. I'm gonna try to get the camera down here. There's another bolt I took out right in there somewhere. Right in there, another bolt hole you should see. I already pulled it out. There's 4 bolts now, okay, with washers on it. So now I should be able to, there we go. I got a little movement in it. All right, got a lot more movement. I don't know if it's coming out or not. Let me check. I don't want to break nothing. It is separating right there. All right, what you want to do, once you get those 4 bolts out of here, you want to go on the passenger side and grab that hose, because this hose is connected to that housing, right? So you put your hands on that hose and you get your pry bar and you put it in between the engine and that housing, and you just pop it right. You pop it right off like that. All right, so now it's off. I'm going to get it out all the way. I'm going to go ahead and take off this hose on this side. Hell, I might even just take it off from up here and just take the whole thing out of there. All right, passenger side by the battery. That hose, the upper radiator hose, connects down to here, right? Connects down to that pipe. So just it's easier, just take the clamp off of there. Now I got some movement. Let me see if I can get it out of the hole. Man, it came out from the back of the engine. It didn't come out from the front, it came out from the back. Fuck, that sucks. They don't have a hole, they don't have it held down to the engine. That's kind of stupid, if you ask me. So now I got the whole pipe connected. Now I got the whole pipe to the housing. I should be able to get it off, but still, I mean, seems like they would have designed it so the pipe was held by the motor so it wouldn't come out of the back. But you couldn't change that rear seal if it did either. So, I don't know. Let's get it out. All right, guys, here's the housing right there. Just kind of got it out of the way right now. The big old hole. That orange stuff you see in there is the gasket, part of the gasket. The O-ring that's on that. So what I had to do is I had to put some vice grips on it so I can hold it still, and I can twist it and push out at the same time, and it comes out. Okay, we're going to be replacing seals, of course, too. So correction, they do make it accessible to get out, but when you pull it out, you're gonna have to drop it down and towards the driver's side, and you'll find that sweet spot and you can pull it on out of there. All right, so we'll be replacing both seals on here as well. Ain't no sense of doing this job without replacing these seals. All right, guys, now if you followed it step by step, you should have access to the water pump now. And believe it or not, this hose came out. So right after I got that tube out of there, it just came on out of there. So we have access to the water pump now. So let's go ahead and take out those 8mm bolts all the way around. We'll go ahead and get another one installed. You also got 2 bolts on the very top right here you gotta take off. I didn't see those, so just now. All right, let's get it off. All right, guys, sorry about the lighting situation. We're gonna stop this job for right now, and we'll finish it up in the morning. But let's smack this water pump, see if we can get it to come off. All right, first. All right, good. Make sure you get a drain pan. You're gonna have a lot of coolant everywhere. Okay. There it is. Okay, gasket comes with the new water pump. Let's look down here. There's a gasket or something. It seals on that, I guess. That's a rubber, piece of rubber down there. I'm gonna check on that and make sure, see if they have a seal for that one, aftermarket or at the dealership. And there it is, right there. All right. Turn that off real quick. And what I was talking about in the beginning, when you're watching the pulleys, if you hear a weird noise, just look at all the pulleys and see which one is wobbling. And this one's making noise and wobbling, and it wasn't leaking. There's no water coming out, but the bearings are definitely bad. All right, we're gonna get this one finished up tomorrow. This is gonna be a full video, it looks like.